Do you want to design your home like a pro without breaking the bank? You are in the right place. A lot of people think that you can't have a luxurious home or design your home without spending a lot of money, and that is so far from the truth. And today I'm going to share with you tons of tips and hacks on decorating your space and making it luxurious and making it your own haven. In this video, I'm going to be sharing the best places to shop for home decor, DIY hacks, and shopping secrets that a lot of people have never even heard of and will save you hundreds of dollars. By the end of this video, you'll know how to transform your space without overspending. So if you like budget-friendly home decor and interior design, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that like button. Now, let's get started. So the first step in creating a space that you're going to love is creating a plan and a budget. Easier said than done, right? I do this all the time and it comes very natural to me, but I have some tips for you if you are not used to doing this. My first hack is the 30-day rule. So the 30-day rule is if you're out shopping or online shopping and you find this amazing piece or product that you just have to have, wait 30 days. It could just be lust, so it could be trendy and you just really want it like that moment, but wait 30 days and see how you're feeling at that point. At that point, if you still feel like you need this item, go ahead and start looking around, see if you can find it cheaper. And also there's options to DIY things as well if you're crafty, but definitely take that time to contemplate if you really do need this in your space. I personally take this rule to the absolute max. Like, I will consider and think about an item for months. Like, I am so used to looking at home decor and furniture. Like, I realize that it's an investment for me, rather than just jumping on something and buying something that is not going to last me, I will wait. I have no problem with waiting, and that is why my house is still not all the way done. So I will wait and I will figure out if I really want this, because I find that I change my mind so much that if I do just jump on something, I will end up regretting it in the future. My next hack is a little bit related to the first hack. So once you decide like, hey, I do really want this piece, but it's too expensive, how can I find another one? This hack will help you find things that you're typically not able to find on your own just searching, and that is use of AI and AR apps. So like IKEA Place or Pinterest Lens. Pinterest I use on a daily basis and it's great. And not only is it great for putting ideas together, but you can also use their feature Lens when finding something that you're looking for. So say you're on Pinterest and you find this amazing piece and you've waited 30 days and you still feel like you want it, you can click on the product itself and then use the lens, and it will then search and bring up similar looking products that will give you the same feel at a cheaper price. Another great tool like this that you could use is Google Lens. And it's basically the same thing as Pinterest Lens, but it's not exclusive to Pinterest. And anywhere you're shopping, you can always click the item, do a visual search, and see if you can find it for a cheaper price. Another tool that is very similar to this, but is a little more defined, is Dupe. Dupe is an app, Dupe is a website, and basically it will find pieces of furniture or products, and then it will list other products and with the price difference under it. So it will have the cheaper products, and then it'll also have other products that are maybe not cheaper, and it will tell you specifically how much of a price difference it is. So it might say 50% less, or if you have the Dupe extension installed onto your desktop, while you're shopping around, it might just pop up and say, hey, we found several products that are 50% cheaper than this product right here. So it's a great tool to use, so definitely take advantage of it while you're shopping. So now I want to talk about creating a mood board. So like I said, I exclusively use Pinterest for this, but there's tons of other tools. You can use Canva, you can use Pinterest. Just start piecing together things that you like. So if you have a vase, you have a picture, a piece of wall art, some curtains that you like, just take clips of them and put them together in Canva, or if you have it saved on your Pinterest board, that's great. And then you can kind of put them together and create a palette per se, or a mood board of what you're going for. Another thing you can do is, of course, use inspo pics, which Pinterest is perfect for, and a lot of people use that as well, and that kind of helps guide you in the right direction to what you're searching for. So when you were looking at these inspo pics, look at the different elements within the pictures, look at the color palette, look at the different pieces that they're using. Also look at the surrounding room. So a lot of times we'll find this dream picture on Pinterest that, like, oh my gosh, I want my house to look like this. Your house is, say, like mine is a regular builder grade house that has 4 walls and windows, but this picture on Pinterest will have all these different architectural things with arched ceilings and arched entryways and different panelings and marble on the walls. You have to look at those and realize that is not what's in your space, and so you trying to recreate that is not going to look the exact same. So try to look on the outside of the furnishing, see if you can find inspo pictures that have a closer match of the outside elements of the room to your space, and then you can go from there and start looking at the furniture pieces and building up your collection. 9 times out of 10, I'm exclusively shopping online for my clients, but the times that I am out and about and doing some brick and mortar shopping, I am going to Home Goods, of course. You can find so many good quality and high-end products there. For example, I found this vase that I purchased from Crate & Barrel in TJ Maxx, several on the shelf there, and super low price compared to what I paid. Another great place to look when you're looking for signature pieces or home decor is thrifting or thrift stores. So thrift stores, a lot of people forget about, but they're great places to find certain things, because these days people are always throwing stuff out, and you can find some really nice intricate pieces at thrift stores. And also, when it comes to thrift stores, it does matter where you go. So if you go to wealthier neighborhoods, you're gonna find more high-end things, or even at resale shops versus other places. Now, when it comes to online shopping, I already shared with you some secrets for online shopping. Reverse search images, also Google Images is a great tool to use, but another place to look is open box. So Wayfair is somewhere that I frequent, and they have open box deals. So anytime you're looking at a product, definitely look to see if there is an open box version of that product. It's basically the exact same product, but somebody had purchased it before and just returned it. So that's another place that you can find some really good deals. In addition to Wayfair, Amazon Warehouse and Overstock or Bed Bath & Beyond are great places that also have open box deals. Another great hack is when you're out and about shopping, ask for floor models. A lot of time the floor models, the products that are being displayed, are at a lower cost, and a lot of times they will sell them to you, so it never hurts to ask. If you are in a home decor shop, ask them, hey, can I just buy the floor model, and you might get lucky. The discount for floor models can be as high as 50%, so it's really a good option to just ask and see if you are able to purchase it. The next hack that I have for you is buy off season. Definitely buy off season. So we're approaching spring. Now is not the time to go look up patio furniture. The time to purchase patio furniture is midwinter or the beginning of winter, when everything is on sale. So shop off season, and that will save you a ton. For me personally, I love Christmas, so if you've been here a while, you understand. After every Christmas, or even almost sometimes before Christmas ends, I'm always thinking about the next year. So this year I bought more wreaths, more greenery, things like that, things on my wish list that I knew that I would want to have for next year, and then of course it was a fraction of the price. Okay, so the next tip I have for you is DIYing and upcycling. I especially love to do this when it comes to vases and wall art. So wall art is one of the priciest things when it comes to home decor. The bigger it is, the more expensive it's gonna be. So I like to DIY wall art. You can even go to places like Home Goods or TJ Maxx and purchase canvases and just paint over them. So if you don't like what's on the canvas, that's totally okay. But if you find that this canvas is a large size and it's a pretty good price, you can purchase it, put your own art onto it. You can do spackle. There's tons of videos on YouTube with tutorials on this, so definitely take advantage of that. And then when it comes to vases, a lot of times I will find a great silhouette of a vase, but I'm just like, oh, this color is not what I wanted, or the texture. So a lot of times, like, I will see vases and I'm like, oh, this silhouette is perfect, but I don't really like the color or the texture. These days, rustic and vintage vases are really trendy. So if you say find a vase and it's super shiny, you can take that vase, paint it. I do have a tutorial on my channel about this if you are curious, but you can take that vase, paint it, texturize it. Again, there's so many tutorials out there, and just make it your own, and it's your own unique piece within your home that nobody else will have. I have some more smart shopping tips. Another place to look is Facebook Marketplace. You will not believe how many times I have found products for my clients, products for myself on Facebook Marketplace. And not, of course, 10 times out of 10, it's going to be cheaper than retail price. So definitely look there. I almost always look there if there's something big that I'm wanting to purchase, just to see if I can find it for a cheaper price. Now, people have limits to this. I typically do things that are non-upholstered items, things that are easy to clean and disinfect and stuff like that, but use your own judgment. But it's a great place because a lot of times people buy things and they don't use them, and they've literally just sat there and then they go on to resell them, and you can get a great discount on an item. My next tip is shopping alerts. So there's various ones out there, but honey is a great one. And anytime you see a product, so kind of going back to that 30-day rule, if you see that product, go ahead and use your app or your extension, say honey, save it, and then you can know if the price goes down, and you can definitely take advantage of that and purchase it at a cheaper price. Another trick I love to use is the fake checkout trick. So many websites have integrated software that will automatically email you if you left during checkout. So say you're shopping, you put a few things in your cart, and then you didn't check out, you leave. A few days later, you might get an email that says, hey, you left something in your cart, and a lot of times they will discount that item for you to come back and purchase it. So that's another quick tip if you just want to save a little bit on your item that you plan on purchasing anyways. Another tip to save you some money is when you're looking for rugs, rugs can be pretty pricey, especially if there's specific high-end ones that you really are attracted to. So I always recommend layering rugs if that is something that you are going for. If you want this, say, really expensive rug, you can find a cheaper rug, maybe on Wayfair or something, maybe a really nice jute rug that fits your space. So say you need 8x10. And it's the appropriate size for your space. Then you can find a smaller version of the expensive rug that you like and layer it on top of the large rug. You for sure don't want to just settle and just buy that smaller version of the rug. A lot of people do this and I hate it. Your rug should be large enough for your space to where all your furniture is on top of that rug. So don't just settle and just get a rug and just put it in the empty space in front of your couch. Definitely layer and take advantage of that, and it gives you a really nice look as well as save you money. Another hack when it comes to styling is using books as decor. So whether you have tons of books at home or you need filler, you can always go to a thrift store and buy books for like 10 cents and wrap them with craft paper, or you can even spray paint them. I used to get encyclopedias and spray paint them and then use them as coffee table decor or console decor or bookcase decor, and it just gives that really high-end look. You know those huge books that you see at say RH Modern, and they're just huge plain white books? Like, even something like that gives you an elevated look, but you don't have to spend a ton of money on those. Definitely use the books that you have, or like I said, find some and upcycle them. Another hack that is pretty trendy and relevant these days is swapping out your lampshades. Now, you can do this at any time, but right now the conical shapes are really popular. So you can have an old lamp that you feel like, oh, it's not trendy, or you want to replace it with a more expensive lamp that's new, but all you could do is just change out the shade and you've got almost a brand new lamp. So definitely take advantage of that. You can get different textures, different colors. I love accordion lampshades, and that will save you a lot of money as well. I won't get too much into the details of the different styles. If you want a video more focused on that, please let me know and I can do that for you. But this is a great tip to save you money as well. Before I commit to a color scheme for my projects, I love playing around with color palettes to see what works best. I use Ohuhu alcohol markers to create mini mood boards and test how different colors blend together, just like I would if I was painting or using decor swatches. These markers are perfect for mood boards and pre-planning home decor themes. They also have a vibrant and smooth blending for realistic color palettes, and they also have a layering effect that mimics paint swatches. So it's really cool to use these whenever I am in a hurry and I don't have to worry about getting paint out. I still get that really nice finished effect. Another feature that I really love about these is that they have a dual tip. So here you can see I'm using the paintbrush tip, and it's such a convenient tip to use because it is like a paintbrush, but you also have the chisel tip that I was using earlier to give me a more defined line when I want it. One of my favorite features about these markers is that they blend and layer so well. So whether I'm using these for color theory or just using them in my adult coloring book for some self-care, I'm able to blend and shade very easily. This is awesome because that provides dimension to whatever you are coloring, and it gives a realistic look and almost a look of using paint as well. So I really love that feature and I use it all the time. Ohuhu not only sent me the alcohol markers, but also their brand new acrylic markers, and these are such a great tool to use. They have many colors. I got 2 sets of the 24, and I love how easy they are, and they also have different sizes. Now, these acrylic markers are so amazing because you can use them on so many surfaces. You can use them on canvas, wood, fabric, notebooks. So these are great for any DIY projects or wanting to customize anything. I also love mixing them with the alcohol markers because they provide another feel and touch. As you can see with this gold, it kind of gives a more opaque, stronger metallic look, which is perfect for the hardware that I'm working on in this kitchen. Using these are literally a 2-step process. All you have to do is uncap it, shake it, and press, and the ink comes out so smooth. These acrylic markers also have no ink separation, so you don't have to worry about them getting blotchy or anything. And I love that they also have a visible capacity, so you can see when the ink is running out and not be taken by surprise. The larger set of acrylic markers that they sent me are so perfect for school projects like this one. I am writing on a cardboard for my daughter's project, and it just moves so smooth and effortlessly to create the look of an opaque, sharp letter. I would like to thank Ohuhu for sponsoring this video, and I do have a discount code in my description box, so check out that link so you can try out these amazing markers. And that's it. This is your ultimate guide for buying home decor on a budget. These tips will help you buy and not overspend and create a space that is luxe and unique to your specific style. So if you found this video helpful, definitely hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so that way you are always aware when I have a new video up. I have tons coming in store and I can't wait to share it with you guys. Until next time, God bless.